Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly, and today our topic is how to create reference invoice from Google Form responses. So suppose I'm using Google Form to create new order or to get the responses of new sale. So here my objective is that whenever I'm going to receive a new response from Google Form, then automatically by capturing all the detail of my form submission, I'm going to create a new invoice by using reference. So for doing this automatically and for my objective, I have to build a connection between Google Forms and reference. So for building this connection, I'm going to use Pabbly Connect, which is an amazing software for automation and integration. In Pabbly Connect, I need to use the concept of trigger and action. In trigger application, I'm going to use Google Forms. In action application, I'm going to use reference. So how I'm going to build this connection? For that, let me take you to my computer screen. I hope all you can see my computer screen, and today we are going to see that how we can create reference invoice from Google Form responses. So we are diving into a super useful topic that is going to streamline your invoicing process like never before. If you have been collecting orders or responses from your Google Form and wondering how you can automatically create invoices in reference, then you are in the right place. In this video, I will walk you through step-by-step process of collecting Google Form responses with reference using Pabbly Connect. By the end of this video, you will be able to seamlessly generate professional invoices from your Google Form submission without any manual efforts. So for using Pabbly Connect, you need to search for pabbly.com/connect in your browser and it will take you to the landing page of Pabbly Connect. Here we have two options, sign in and sign up for free. If you don't have any account with Pabbly Connect, then you just have to click on sign up for free button and it will take only 2 minutes of your time and you will get 100 tasks free every month. Or if you already have an account, you can just sign in and you will get to see this page. So these are all the apps that Pabbly offers and we are going to use Pabbly Connect here. For that, I need to click here on this Access Now button under Pabbly Connect. And it will direct us to the dashboard of Pabbly Connect. Now here in the dashboard, we need to create a new workflow. For that, I'm going to click here on this Create Workflow button and this window will pop up. Here I need to name my workflow. So I'm going to name it as my objective, which is to create reference invoice from Google Form responses. And now I need to select the folder where I want to save my workflow. So I'm going to open this tab and in this tab, I will find all the folders that I have created in my Pabbly Connect account. And I'm going to use this particular folder of Google Forms. Now I need to click on create. And this will take us to this most important window of our workflow. Here we have two boxes, trigger and action. So these are the two main principles on which our workflow works on. And trigger says when this happens, action says do this. So trigger is going to be the first step that will get executed in our workflow and action will just follow that. So we need to set up our trigger first and here my trigger application is going to be Google Forms. So I'm going to select Google Forms here. And now I need to give a trigger event. So I'm going to open this tab. A new response received will be my trigger event. So I'm going to select this. And now I need to connect Google Forms with Pabbly Connect. So for that, I'm going to use this webhook URL and this webhook URL is going to work as a bridge between Google Forms and Pabbly Connect. Now for connecting Google Forms in my workflow, I need to follow all these instructions. And first, I'm going to copy this webhook URL. And now I need to take you to my Google Form. So here, this is my Google Form and I have all these options here. So this is my form, which is named as Bliss Bakery Order Form. And I'm using this Google Form to taking order for my bakery. And here in this form, I have all these products of cakes that I sell from my bakery. So these are my products. Now all the responses that I'm getting from this order form are going to automatically add in my Google Sheet. So let me take you to my Google Sheet first. And here this is my Google Sheet where I'm going to get all the details of my order and all the detail of my Google Form responses. As I'm going to receive a new response from Google Form, then automatically that response will be added in my Google Sheet. So what I need to do is I need to connect Google Sheet with Pabbly Connect for getting my Google Form responses. And for that, I need to go to extensions. And I need this particular extension of Pabbly Connect webhooks. So if you don't have this particular extension, then what you need to do is you need to go to add-ons and you need to click on get add-ons. And it will take us to Google Workspace Marketplace. Here we need to search for our extension, that is Pabbly Connect webhook. And our extension will look like this. So we need to install this particular extension and I have already installed this. So I'm going to close this I will go back to extensions, and here this is my extension of Pabbly Connect webhooks. So here I'm going to open this option of initial setup, and here I have two options, webhook URL and trigger column. So first I'm going to give that webhook URL that I have copied from Pabbly Connect. So I'm going to paste that here, and now I need to give a trigger column. So the trigger column will be a final data column on which if the data is added, the whole of that row data will be sent to the webhook URL. So here I have to give my last data entry column that I have in my spreadsheet, and here my last data entry column is column I. Now I have filled all my required details. Now what I need to do is I need to click on submit, and my setup configured successfully. So I'm going to close this. And now what I want is that whenever new detail of a new form response will be added in my Google Sheet in a new row, then automatically that row detail will be sent to Pabbly Connect. So for that I need to go to extensions. I will go back to Pabbly Connect webhooks, and I need to enable this option of send on event. Now after enabling this option, what is going to happen is that every time new detail of my form submission will be added in my Google Sheet, then automatically that row detail will be sent to Pabbly Connect. Now let's go back to Pabbly Connect, and here we can see it is waiting for webhook response. So how we are going to get this webhook response? For that we need to first make a form submission by using Google Form. So I'm going to take you to Google Form, and here this is my Google Form. So I'm going to preview this form, and here I'm going to fill this form. So here my name is going to be demo user, email will be demouser@pabblytudes.com, and I'm going to give a phone number. This is a random phone number, and I'm going to give an address. So my address will be Old Street, Bhopal, and we need a GST number. But this is an optional detail. If we want to fill this, we can fill it. But if we don't have any GST number, then we can leave this blank. So I'm going to leave this blank. And now I have to give my delivery time and date. So I'm going to first select my date. So my date will be of 24th of May, and my time will be of 11 AM. Now I need to select the cake that I want. So I want this Chocolicious chocolate cake. So I'm going to select this, and I'm going to select my quantity, that will be 1 kg. And I'm going to click on submit. And here I have created the submission. Now I'm going to take you to my Google Sheet. And here in my Google Sheet, we can see I have added all the detail of my form submission, and I have added all these detail of my order. Now what should happen is that automatically as I have added these detail in my Google Sheet, these details should be sent to Pabbly Connect. Now to check this, let me take you to Pabbly Connect. And here in Pabbly Connect, we can see I have received this response. So in this response, I have my product name, that is Chocolicious chocolate cake, and I have my rate, that is 799 rupees. Also in this, I have my customer details. I have the name, that is demo user. I have the random phone number. I have the email address, that is demouser@pabblytudes.com. I have my delivery date and time, which is 24th of May, 11 AM. I have my address, that is Old Street, Bhopal. So here I have received all these detail of my order. Now what I need to do is I need to use all these detail, and I want to create an invoice for this particular order by using Refrens. So before creating the invoice, what I'm going to do is that as I'm receiving my product name and the amount in this particular manner, so I'm going to split this, and I'm going to get my product name and my amount separately. So for that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up my actions tab, and here I'm going to use a tool that Pabbly offers, that is text formatter. So I'm going to select text formatter by Pabbly, and now I have to give an action event. So I'm going to open this tab, and split text will be my action event. So I'm going to select this, and now I need to connect text formatter by Pabbly. So I'll click here on connect, and here I have to first give the text that I want to split. So I'm going to use the name of my cake or the product that I have received from my Google Form response, and I'm going to map that here. So for that, I need to use mapping. And what mapping is a technique through which I can retrieve the data from the previous steps, and the data that is changing will get replaced with the new data in the real time. So for mapping, I need to click here. I will open the response of Google Forms, and here this is my product name. So I'm going to map this. Now I want to split my product name and the amount separately. So for that, I need to use my separator, and here for the separator, I'm going to use this dash. So I'm going to give my separator here. Now what I need to do is I need to give my segment index. So I'm going to open this tab, and I'm going to select all as my segment index. Now what I need to do is I need to click on save and send text to quiz button, and here we can see I have splitted my text. So here I have received the result. In the result, I have my product name, that is Chocolicious chocolate cake, and I have my amount, that is 799 rupees. Now here I have all the detail of my order. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use all these detail and I'm going to use these detail to create an invoice by using reference. So for that I need to add my last action tab, and here my action application is going to be reference. So I'm going to select reference here, and now I have to give an action event. So I'm going to open this tab, and create invoice will be my action event. So I'm going to select this, and I'm going to connect reference with Pabbly Connect. So I'll click here on connect. I will click on add new connection, and for connecting reference I need the app ID and app secret. So how I can find these details? For that I need to talk to my reference team, and it will be provided by my reference team. So I have received these details from my reference team, and I have used those details to create an existing connection. So I'm going to use that, and I need to click on save. Now I need the URL key. So this URL key is also going to be provided by the reference team. So you need to talk to your reference team and you need to get all these details. So here I'm going to fill my URL key, and here this is my URL key. Now I have to give my invoice title. So my invoice title will be new sale, and I'm going to scroll down, and here I have to give my invoice currency. So here my invoice currency is going to be INR, that is for Indian rupees. So I have typed that. Now I have to give the bill to name. So here I have to give the name of my customer. So I'm going to map that. So I have to click here. I will open the response of Google Forms, and here this is my customer name, that is demo user. So I'm going to map this. Similarly, I have to give a bill to country. So it is going to be billed in India. So I'm going to give my country code, that is going to be IN. Now I have to scroll down, and I have to give the bill to phone and the bill to email. So here I'm going to give my customer phone number and the email address. So I'm going to click here. I will open the response of Google Forms, and here this is the phone number of my customer. So I'm going to map this. Similarly, I'm going to give my email address. So I'm going to click here. I will open the response of Google Forms, and here this is my email address. So I'm going to map this. Now I have to fill the bill by details. So here I have to give the name of my bakery. So I'm going to type that detail here. So this is my bakery name, that is Bliss Bakery, and I'm going to scroll down, and here I have to give my bill by country. So again I have to give my country code, that will be IN, and I'm going to scroll down, and I'm going to fill the bill by phone and bill by email. So here I'm going to give the phone number and the email address of my bakery. So I'm going to fill those details here, blissbakery@pabblytunes.com, and now I have to give my item name. So here I'm going to give the name of my cake that was ordered by my customer. So I'm going to click here, and I'm going to get my product name from this text formatter response. So I'm going to open this, and here this is my product name. So I'm going to map this. Similarly, I have to give my item rate. So I'm going to click here. I will open the response of text formatter, and here this is my amount. So I'm going to map this, and now I'm going to give my item quantity. So I'm going to click here. I will open the response of Google Forms, and here this is my quantity, that is 1. So I'm going to map this, and here I have filled all these details and I have mapped these details. So after mapping these details, I have made these details dynamic. Now what is going to happen is that as I have mapped all these details from my Google Form responses, so whenever I'm going to receive new Google Form responses, that automatically all these details are going to get replaced, and I'm going to receive new details in the real time. So now I'm going to scroll down, and I'm going to click on Save and Send Test Request button. And here we can see I have received this response. So this is a positive response, and this means that automatically by using all my Google Form responses, I have created this new invoice. Now to check this, let me take you to Reference. And here in Reference, I will go to Invoices. And here in Invoices, we can see I have just created this new invoice that is billed to demo user. So I'm going to open this. And here this is my invoice. So here this invoice was billed by Bliss Bakery. So this is the name of my bakery, and it is billed to demo user. So this was the name of my customer. And here I have this product, which is Chocolicious chocolate cake, and the quantity is 1 kg and the rate is $7.99, and the total amount is 799 rupees. So here we can see that I have received all these details from my Google Form response, and automatically by using all those order details, I have created this new invoice by using Reference. So here we can see that my connection between Google Form and Reference is working successfully, and whenever I'm going to receive a new response from Google Form with my order, that automatically by using all those details, I'm going to create a new invoice by using Reference. So like this, my invoicing will always be up to date and up to mark. Now to check this in real time, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my Google Form, And I'm going to preview this form one more time. And again, I'm going to fill this form. So here my name will be Alex John. My email will be alex@pabblytudes.com. I'm going to give a random phone number. I'm going to give an address. So my address will be New Apartment Indore. I'm going to give my delivery date and time. So my date will be 25th of May. I'm going to give time of 10 a.m. And now I have to select my cake. So I'm going to use this velvety red velvet cake. So I'm going to select this and I'm going to select my quantity. So my quantity will be 2 kgs and I'm going to click on submit. And here I have successfully created this form submission. Now what should happen is that automatically by using all these details of my order, a new invoice should be generated by using Refrens for this particular order. Now to check this, let me take you to Refrens. I'm going to refresh this. And here in invoices, we can see I have just created this new invoice that is billed to Alex John. So I'm going to open this. And here this is my invoice and it is billed to Alex John. That was name of my customer and it is billed by Bliss Bakery. So this is the name of my bakery. And here this is my cake, that is velvety red velvet cake. Quantity is 2 kg, rate is 999 and the total amount is 1998 rupees. So here we can see that these are all the details that I have just filled in my Google form to create my order, and automatically by using all those details, I have just created this invoice in Refrens. So here my connection and automation between Google Form and Refrens is working successfully. Now let's go back to Pabbly Connect. And we have successfully created this connection between Google Form and Refrens to create Refrens Invoice from Google Form responses. So let's summarize what we did here. So first I have set up my trigger and my trigger application was Google Forms and my trigger event was new response received. Then I have set up my action steps and first I have used text formatter by Pabbly to split the text to get my product name and the amount. And in the last I have used Refrens, and by using Refrens I'm going to create invoice. So this is how I have successfully created this workflow, and you can also create this workflow by following all the steps that I did in my workflow. And I'm also going to put the link of my workflow in the description so you can check it out from there. And thank you for watching this video. Not just these applications, you can automate and integrate a lot more applications like this by using Pabbly Connect. So if you want to reach out to us, then email us at support@pabbly.com. And if you have any queries, then you can write us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any issue with the pricing, then you can visit this link. And if you like this video, then please like, share and subscribe. Thank you.